Hello everyone, can you hear me? I'm wondering if you can hear me, if there's anybody watching. I think it's working. I've just got some flashing up and I've got a live signal. I'm so sorry there's been a little delay in starting today. Our internet decided not to recognise me, so that was interesting. So here we are, and today's session is all about a feelings collage. So maybe with what's just happened, that might influence what I do today about just staying calm when things don't always go to plan when you first set out to do things. So I'm going to show you a few pages from my sketchbook, which I've done about feelings. Hello, Sarah and Ray. Haha, Sarah, you're a star. I like it. Friends messaging to see how to log on, and I just say there's some technical problems, and then just take a breath, just take a second, and then problem solve. So that might come through my collages today, because I suppose in the way the world is at the moment, it is trying to figure out how we're feeling, and things happen and change all the time, and it's just how we learn to respond to things, and also how we tap into our feelings and how we can express them. So I like to keep journals, and I happen to have a sketchbook which captures like sensory experiences. So I'm going to see if I can bring it in so you can see it a bit better. There we go. And then I'll wiggle. There could be a lot of movement today as I set up different easels and work and show you things. It's just so I don't go all wonky on the screen trying to show you a picture through the camera. So this first page just captures the interconnectedness through my mind, my body, and my spirit, and it looks at all kinds of things. So it's great. Sometimes there's no linear thought process where I go through things in order. It might just be little flashes of inspirations that pop up in my brain, and then I put it down in maybe a quote. I might write a few sentences. I might do some research about thoughts and feelings and things between dreams and the waking world. So we've got a sixth sense. So the bird represents this, and also that can link into our natural feelings and ways to respond to things when we take flight, we freeze, or we fight, and it's just a way that we learn how to survive. So if I have a look what I've written here, I've got a little bit about Eastern religions and how they teach that the human body contains 7 energy centers. So the 7 stages of power in healing. The truth of all treasures, your destiny lies in your heart. Our minds, our feelings, and our intellect can perceive through the senses. So when I explore collages later with you, I'm going to be asking you to think about those memories and maybe the sensory experience that connected you to that time or that place and that memory. So this could all be, it might sound jumbled if I read it out because of the way I just put thoughts on the page, but we'll see if it makes any sense. This page is in response to thinking about how much we pick up on the world around us using our sixth sense. Could this be linked to spirituality, perception, or common ground phenomenon of people going with their gut feeling, following their hearts or their heads? Just think about your first impression. So that could be about a place or a person. And why is that we get that first impression? What else does it say? Mindfulness. So being in the here and now moment, fully present, allowing your mind to focus on the present and not drifting into the past. The human energy field, everything that is alive pulsates with energy, and all of this energy contains information. So I look at all things. I wrote about the innate responses that originate in my mind. Would I have a fight or flight response? My decision to survive. What if I didn't know how to respond and I was to freeze? What if I had anxiety? Could 5 be the magic number? So Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a model of a 5-tier pyramid with a psychology behind human needs. So that tells us all about our physiological needs, which includes food, water, warmth and rest. Our safety needs, which covers security, feeling safe and secure. Having a sense of belongingness and love needs. So that could be intimate relationships and friends. Our esteem needs, confidence, achievement, respect of others, and self-actualization is at the peak of the pyramid, and that's achieving one's full potential, including creative activities, problem solving, and spontaneity. That's what I've popped. Let's see if I can move this a little bit. That way. So this page that I've done is a big collage on how a place feels. So that could be if I touch on an experience with my hand, so something I might hold. So I might go for a walk in nature and pick up an object, a leaf, a petal, a flower, and smell it and feel the softness of the petal. And it might be the feeling of the grass and the flowers amongst my toes. And also the taste of an experience, so something I might eat or drink. So you too could capture this maybe over this time in isolation to actually stop and notice and spend the time tapping into all these experiences and our feelings and how it feels. I've got here my hand and I've written all inside. It says our sense of touch is controlled by a huge network of nerve endings and touch receptors in the skin. So this helps us to feel things like if something's hot or cold, smooth, rough, maybe an itch, some vibrations in your fingers. So sometimes you might not like the way something feels, but that's all information that's coming through our body for our sense of touch. And I've talked here about people I know and how people commented on the warmth of the sun on their skin, prompting individuals to talk about holidays and the past and the future. So it's about capturing maybe experiences as well, things that I've experienced personally or with friends and family. Some key words. Heightened sensation. You touch on a feeling. Ooh. And this little quote is linked into food and drink experiences. So I've put, I can feel the spray mist from a sparkling or fizzy drink. You can even feel the bubbles pop up your nose. Oh, my cat's come to join me. Let's hope he doesn't walk across the keyboard. Here you go. You might just see him in the background or maybe not. He's coming around here. I'll move backwards. Hey, Louie. This way. Are you coming to say hello? Jumping down on the floor. There we go. He always likes to know what's going on. So, this one is all about eating and drinking and how things are. So we've got 5 main types of taste sensations. This could be bitter, salty, sweet, sour, or savoury. So these are our taste buds. So it's interesting to think how much we can experience by the sensation in our fingertips, the tips of our toes, the taste in our mouth. And what else have I got? Tasteful experiences, food association. If you savour an experience, you enjoy it as much of it as you can. The buds can change over time. So that's an interesting point. So some things we might not have liked in childhood, we might not mind now as adults because our taste buds change over time. There we go. So hopefully today we'll do this together, where I have no set plan in my mind, but just letting the words flow across the page, getting drawn to pictures and magazines. You might have a theme to help you. So my theme is going to be about feeling, but I don't know what's going to come out of my collage just yet. So sometimes by looking at images, it can trigger things. So it's interesting how sometimes you pick an image and you don't know why you've been drawn to it or why you're using it, and then suddenly when you start putting it all together on a page, you have those like ta-da moments when something appears. Ah, yay, I love other people's journals. Yay, it's good fun, because they're normally tucked away on the shelf, so we don't always get them out. So I've got welcoming smiles and welcoming eyes. So this is all about our sight. So what we can see, a person's view or consideration. Oh, what could affect our eyes? So I'm just trying to pick out things like how we see ourselves. Being observant, noticing everything means you may have to choose what to concentrate on and what to filter out. Not only do you see, you have to respond to the sensory information your brain processes. And I've got a little self-reflection here where I've written, when we walked through the park and sat together in a group circle, people had a sense of how people in the group were feeling by the use of eye contact, noticing the movement of the eyes, facial expressions, and body language. The alienating mirror. I'm just whizzing through my page. Soak up your surrounding. So we could do about how we're feeling today. And this one also suggests maybe creating a vision for your future. Maybe using creative visualization techniques in your mind's eye. Notice and appreciate good things around you every day, big or small. Trees, bird songs, the smell of coffee, laughter perhaps. There's lots of things, and bird song in the morning can wake you up from your dreaming slumber. Can you recognise somebody by their footstep? So here I've gone into sensory sounds and vibrations and how things feel. It looks at our body clock. Can we hear the water drop along here? You may hear the wind taking a crisp packet or plastic bottle for a walk. So it's amazing what you might notice one day when you just sit and stop for a while. Just having a look. Walking in nature's footsteps, you can notice different sounds created by the variety of footwear, from click-clack sandals to tap-tap flip-flop. And here I did all about a sense of smell. So if I just close it so it's a little bit closer there. So that's about smell. So primitive senses. People can often recognise the smell of a coffee shop en route. Or sometimes people love the smell of the bread being baked in the shop. aromatherapy, animal instincts. Think of all the different smells we come across every single day. And smells can trigger memories from our past or present, people and attachments, association with a time or place. So it could be a perfume or an aftershave that triggers a memory about someone we know. I'm just going to flip to one more page in the book I think might be helpful. So the sensory idea with feeling can be done with children and adults of all ages. And if you're little and watching, if you're thinking what you could do and maybe you've got pom-poms, and you might want to do it this way if you're an adult, but if you have feathers and stickers and pom-poms, you could maybe just write about a memory and then decorate it however you want. So here someone thought about something that they like doing in their everyday lives, and it's pedaling my bike in the sunshine with a smile on my face. So they've captured a memory of something they might do maybe every day or just now and again. So the collage can be as simple or as busy as you like. I've got some more books to show you today that might help me with collages that I do. So I did a little sketch a while ago in my sketchbook that life is a circus. So at first I've just used biro, but then I could start using materials on here to make it a collage, or if I don't want to do that straight onto here, I might make a photocopy and then apply colour and collage materials just to see how it goes. So I love quotes, I like messages, so that often appears in my artwork. And I've got hope is the thing with feathers. So that's a feeling that I have. It could be something that I look for in life. So seeing a little robin might make me happy because it makes me feel hopeful. So that's a little reminder for me how I feel. So if sometimes I was feeling a little bit lost or confused or not sure about something, I might see a robin or a white feather, for example, and that might give me hope. I've also written Kiss Goodbye to the Ringmaster, and that's in reference to being yourself. So taking the reins of your own life and doing what you want to do and being brave and giving things a go. So it's a little bit of thinking of yourself maybe as a puppet on strings, but you're in control of your strings. I've got Take a Leap of Faith, Time for Candy Floss, because I love candy floss. It tastes good. Tension and joy, so different things can happen, and tension and joy. I'm thinking of the circus there when people are balancing across the tightrope and there could be a lot of tension to think, oh, are they going to fall? Are they going to be okay? But they take positive risks. They've done it before. They're going to give it a go. If they fall, they know they're going to be a net to catch them. And joy, so joy, giving joy to others. So through your performance, it could be through your art or what you do, that you bring joy to others. I've got emotional juggling, because sometimes we experience so much in life and it is like juggling our emotions. We have to acknowledge and accept all these emotions, but make sure that it's in the balance, because if we don't look after ourselves, things can go wrong sometimes. So we need to make sure we look after ourselves. So if we're feeling tired or a bit confused about what's going on in the world at the moment, it's important to stop and just relax at home and know those feelings will pass and it won't be like it forever. I've got Butterflies of Spirit, full of nerve-wracking moments. applause, gasp and balancing act, and mask and stage makeup, because it's a little bit how, like, myself or people I know, sometimes we play lots of different roles in life, and to help us get through different tasks or parts of our day, we may need to pop on a mask to make sure we're okay and we can perform. But actually, when you're in your safe place and with people that know and love and care about you, you're able to open up about maybe worries or things that's on your mind and how you're feeling when you feel safe to. So that's all about how we present ourselves and how we can undercover more of our feelings when we feel it's safe to. Let's have another look for what I've got here. So many things, and then we'll make a start. So this is something I use in my blackout poetry as well, but it's just a collage that I did using birds and a horse's head on a lady's and nature, and it's just in reference to how we use the talents we possess. So the woods would be very silent if no birds sang, except those that sang best. So if you're having a go at collage and you've never had a go before, just see what happens. Have a go, have a play, and if it feels good to do it, then it doesn't matter what it looks like at the end. You've just tapped into a feeling and expressed it today. I've got a little book about embracing change, so having courage. So I have lots of books at home to give me ideas. So sometimes you might do a mixture of paint or collage, or maybe oil pastels and stamps on a page to create a background and keep layering on top, or writing and drawing afterwards. Just see if I can find another little image. May you embrace your vulnerability and practice courage every single day. And you might do a collage that isn't whole. So if I can show you that lady's dress there, it's just lots of strips of writing. So it's not a whole person, and maybe it's not even a lady. But it says, embrace possibility, acknowledge your talents, create with abandon, wear more skirts, be fearless, surprise yourself and do the thing you didn't think you could do. Believe in healing, speak of your gratitude, ask questions, take the journey back to yourself and explore the night sky. Be quirky, be yourself. Dance in your living room, seek joy, share your story, and surround yourself with beauty. Unleash your dream, begin, and remember your old self. And trust that nothing is wasted. So lots of little messages. So there's lots of ways you can create a collage with a series of just images. You could cut out like this one, flowers from magazines, or strips of words and writing, whatever your heart whispers. So I love butterflies, so that pops up in my work quite a lot. How your life shines brightly. So you can write about anything you want. Or everyday matters. I've got a lovely book here by Gregory, and he just captures everyday scenes in his life, whether it's where he lives and the traffic lights and the trees and the shapes of them, different people he might see. So I know we can only go out on our daily walks, but we can still notice things. It could be the people we walk by in their shoes. It could be a teddy bear that's been left on a wall, or a key ring that's been lost in the park. You have that book too. Oh, which one have you got, Sarah? That's interesting. I wonder if it's I have two by the same author. I've got Love Wide and Embrace Change by Kelly Ray Roberts, Or I wonder if it's this book that you've got. I love it to bits. Just animals. It could be capturing scenes in your kitchen. So I've been learning lots of new recipes at home, so I could capture that in my collage. It could be things on your washing line, what your street looks like. Let's see what it says. We lump people and things and experiences together. Just going to see what else there is. So just drawing outlines and then colouring in, but then you can fill those gaps with collage material, places you've maybe gone to stay in. You might look back at photographs. If you find it hard to picture things at the top of your head, you might look back at doodles. I have embraced change. Oh, lovely. Oh, it's a beautiful book. I love her work. And let's see. So it could be places that you walk about and pass on your daily walk. It could be you see queues of people at the supermarket or outside the shops, or maybe a dog, or some leaves in the park. So it's just thinking about what you could capture. Feelings. And here's another collage I bought a few years ago from somebody. So they've used a mixture of paints, stamping, collage materials and words, and it says, "Those who bring sunshine into the lives of others cannot keep it from themselves." So you might have a little quote in your collage that makes you happy. And I have a little printout just to jot down some questions to maybe get you thinking today. So remember, it can be absolutely anything. It's your feelings that you're capturing on the collage. So go whichever way feels right to you. I've just got some questions to maybe trigger off some thoughts and ideas. So I've got maybe if you should think about one of your happiest memories. What is the memory? What was the weather like? And I just put that one in there because it seems to be a really common social ground that people ask people about the weather. Who was there? What was you wearing? Do any songs remind you of it? How did you feel? Why is it such a happy memory? Where were you? And are there any smells associated with it? So, what I might do today is a happy memory that the computer decided to work. So I'm going to just use a whole mixture of things. So I just have a whole pot of things that I collect. It can be leaflets, bits of magazines, old sketches and drawings, stickers, backgrounds, so bits of cardboard. When I've bought things in the past, it's like the packaging from it. Some old prints that I've done. So I did an outline of a lady and all the birds and butterflies and dragonflies taking flights. Old poem. Printing from a cotton wheel, but you can print from all kinds of things. So it's just a big box of everything. And what would be really awesome today, and there's an old sketch of my cat. He might have to be in there because although you didn't get to see him on the screen, he did walk all around the edge of the desk and jump on the floor whilst I was chatting away to you. I think he can't work out who I'm talking to because he can't see anyone in the room. But yes, what I was about to say was, if you are creating a collage at the same time with me, it would be absolutely amazing if you could share your photograph of your work on the Artcore page, just to see how hopefully I've inspired you today. I might do my cat and a butterfly. I love butterflies. Yeah, so I'm just going to make it up as I go along, thinking about all the thoughts and feelings I had just before I went on, and how I responded and how I feel now. And I could think about all those sensations in the sketchbook that I did, where I think about maybe how I felt inside out. So noticing the feeling of the cushion behind me on the chair, noticing how cozy I feel with my slippers on, how it was nice that my cat popped by to give me reassurance, and hearing him bounce down from the desk. Let loose, filled, a heart, a background. I could do a background colour and stick that on. So it's just playing around. I don't always stick it on straight away because I just want to see what I might like, and there's so much to choose from. So if I was doing this flat on the table, I could probably move it around and leave it for a minute and see what happens. But as I want you to be able to see what I'm up to, I might have to stick it down as I go. La 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 la, the great escape. What to do? So I just collect loads of things, and I could have old magazines by the side of me, cut out words and letters. Could be a whole bunch of pictures. Like I said, you don't always know at the start how it's going to look or how you want it to look, but I suppose if you're trying to connect with how you feel, it will find its own way of creating. That's an outline. And different scissors. So if you like me, you might have different scissors at home. I've got straight scissors. Oh! And I have a little reminder here about collages. Do whatever makes your soul happy. Do that. So there's no wrong way of doing this today. You might have straight edge scissors at home, and I also have a collection of scissors that give me like a zigzag edge or a wavy edge or curvy. So if you're like me and have lots of different pairs of scissors at home, it gives a different edge to the paper to mix it up a little bit. And this, if you can see, in the gap was a leaflet, and it was a picture of a lady that I've used before in a different collage. I'm going to use it today, and then I might use lots of oil pastels inside to represent how I was feeling when my internet didn't want to work at first. And inside, I just feel like, why is it not working? But then just take a moment and think it might not be working right now, but we can find a way around things. We can try ways to find a solution and resolve a problem. And sometimes I feel collages can help me do that. So sometimes it's hard to articulate how you're feeling, but like I said as well earlier, it might not always make sense, and you might not know why you've created what's in front of you, but I find for me it's a good release just to give yourself that time to do something you enjoy, and it's for nobody else but for yourself. let's see, could do some green. I wonder. Green and blue. So this is representing my creative brain. So I'm just doing lots of swirls and squiggles with the oil pastel, just to highlight how my brain works, which is in all kinds of directions, and sometimes it feels all at once. And I'm just doing lots of squiggly lines and all kinds of colours. And I love working with oil pastels because you can scratch into them. So I mix writing and text and drawing with my collages. But you can use whatever you want to, whatever you have at home and whatever feels good to use. You do that. Some scissors. With the scissors closed, I'm just going to scratch into my mind. I wonder what that sounds like as you're watching the video. But I love doing this because, again, I'm not thinking about what the end result's going to look like. I'm not going to think about, oh, does it look good at the end? At the moment, it just feels amazing to scratch into this surface and to watch all the lines appear in all kinds of directions. It's really relaxing, and it reminds me of, it just shows it triggers memories. When I was at primary school, I don't know if you did it, but you would colour the page with lots of different colours from wax crayons, and it would all look beautiful and colourful, and then you would cover all over the colours with one chunky black crayon and think, oh no, all those beautiful colours, they've all disappeared under this big patch of black. But then you could scratch into the black surface of the wax crayon and reveal all the colours underneath, which I just thought was magical. And I loved the process of scratching and how that felt, which comes back to a little bit how I was saying earlier about the sense of touch in our fingertips and vibrations, and how, say, during this experience, I'm not just putting things on, that I'm actually noticing what it feels like when I scratch into the oil pastels with the scissors. So see if I can bring this closer. Let's go that way. And see if you can see all the scratching that I've done inside. And let me know how you are. If you're watching, say hello. I don't know if you've watched any of my videos before, or if you've tuned into any of these live videos before, but I can't see you. I know you're there once you say hello, but I don't know who's on the other side of the screen and how you're enjoying today. So it'd be nice to let me know how you are and how you're finding this session. I just found a picture of nature, which is beautiful with all the leaves, and the wall at the bottom, it just made me think that I felt like I hit a wall today when the internet wouldn't work at first, but I got over that wall. So that's what it represents to me. Busy cutting out. Oh, great. Oh, I can't wait to see yours, Sarah. I don't know if I'm a happy distraction whilst you work, if you would prefer instrumental music in the background. Hear me chatting away, but I think it's lovely. It just shows the power of the internet and how you connect. So it's great to be able to share this with you today and to know that you're at home, hopefully having a go, having a play. You might be doing this at the same time as I'm doing mine. You might come back and do it later. You might just watch today for an idea and then come back to it. I'm just making it up. What I'm using here is like some stickers, but I think they were from a Christmas pack for card making, but I just think they're beautiful. And for me, although they've got Christmas colours, so I've just noticed I love the colour green, but it's got hollies and berries on, but it doesn't matter because hey, I love Christmas. And this one with lots of gold stars, and then you've got red with polka dots. The blue one's got snowflakes. I'm going to use that because when it snows, I find it's the most magical time and experience. I just feel like there's a real lovely silence in the air, and just I've never grown out of loving it when it snows and the mystical silence and that awe of the air. Might pop that one there. What else could I do? Maybe a butterfly. And let me know if you're busy working, don't worry, but let me know how you're finding the session, what you've been inspired by, maybe what I've got you thinking about from watching the video. Feeling the blues. I'm going to pop that on there because I don't feel it all the time, but during this time in isolation, sometimes I just get a day where I find it all so strange. But I know I'm not alone with how I'm feeling because I talk to the people I know, people I live with, friends and family. And by sharing how you feel, you realise you're not alone in your experience, that we could all have those moments of feeling unsure. Feeling the blues. But I also think feeling the blues is cool and calming, so I can think of it as how I find the world strange sometimes, but also how I love the sound of water trickling if I was to go out for a walk and pass a waterfall, and how I really love relaxing in a bath. You can see some flowers. Lots of bits and bobs everywhere. What shall I use next? Colours. More stickers. Use that one. Shall I cut that up? Shall I use my cat on there? Little sketch. I could do my cat as well. Happiness and joy. Live, love and laugh. Yes, I'll cut those out too. I feel all kinds of emotions. I'm going to put lots up here to look back on. So your collages might be how you're feeling right now in this moment. It could be thinking about a past memory that makes you happy, or it could be like a vision board where you want to give yourself messages and images of hope for the future and know things are going to be okay. I'll put a circle here. I don't know what it's going to be for. I don't know even if you can see it. See if I can move it this way. There we are. Haha! What you can't see in the camera is the mountain before me. So I have pile upon pile on my desk of my resources. Maybe I could upload that on the Artcore page to show you my desk space. Could you see me and you see what I create? But you can't see the piece of art that lies on the desk before me. I'm just having a play here. Happiness and joy. I might get some more colours on the page. Some more green. Lots of colours. And if I don't finish it all in today's session, I'll post a photo of what it looks like afterwards so you can see. But I just like to give you lots of ideas today. So rather than just see a piece of work that I've created, I like to show you examples of things that are in my journal. But I want to give you lots of ideas to inspire you and see what you come up with. Because I'm going to do some more scratching. Because I don't feel like concentrating on drawing in this moment. I might go back and draw when I feel ready. But right now, I just feel like getting colours on the paper and scratching into it. So we'll see. And it's going to be really random. Maybe I can do pink as well. I could find, I really want pink. Let's see, it's got green. Scratch that away. And that can go over the circle and it might add another layer. So you can use absolutely anything you want. You might choose to use watercolours with your collages. I think it makes it really interesting to have lots of different depth and textures on your page from different materials. And then it's scratching into it all. You could maybe use a cocktail stick or the end of a skewer on the barbecue. Something with a sharp edge that you can be careful with when you hold and use. And if you're young and you're watching, make sure you get your grown-ups' permission if you are going to use something sharp to scratch into wax crayons. But you could also, I think I used when I was little, maybe the end of a pencil. And then when the pencil tip got clogged up with the wax, just wiped it off and started again. So you could even use the end of a pencil. Pop some stickers on and go here. There's lots of layers. I've got stickers with quotes on. Follow your heart, every moment happen. Dream big. Maybe every moment matters. And then with a pen, I could just draw lots of lines around it. But I don't want to use a big Sharpie. I might look for a fine liner pen later. Got some on the floor here. Let's see, purple. Just drawing round and round and round and round and round and round. See what else we can use. Bits of purple. Or maybe I'll fill her in blue. Because I could use lots of materials. But just like a river flows, I think life flows within us all, and just like the movement of the water and the power of the movement in the water, sometimes it's calm and still, sometimes its movement is strong and powerful and turbulent, and sometimes it's a light touch of the spray from the water, or sometimes you can hear the roar of the waves when it crashes against the rock. So you can do all kinds of things and think about what colours mean to you when you use them and what you feel it represents to you. So just see when you're creating how you feel you're reflected in your artwork. And I could use lots more things. And again, because I'm in the mood for scratching today, I'm going to do lots of lines. Into that one. And what else did I do? Some more bits of collage materials. So I've got a few more minutes left today. And I'm not going to fill the whole page because I spend so much time talking. But like I said, I'm going to post my image on the page later so you can see what it looks like, and hopefully you'll share with me your artwork so I can see how that's coming along at home. And I hope you've really enjoyed the session, because it's just a matter of giving yourself, maybe can be an hour out of your day, just to check in on how you're feeling. And if you live with other people, it's a chance of maybe checking in on how you're all feeling. So if you have time to sit at the table, to maybe ask your friends or family about your collage and what it means to you, because they might not realise how you're feeling until they see it expressed or you say how you are. A little flower, another flower, ping, ping, ping. All kinds of things on the page. So I'll keep working away. Lots of things. I'll probably go exploring in my drawers, and I'll probably look at some old artwork that I've done, some drawing and collages, and see how maybe I can use that in here as well, because they could be images that I think I'm not going to do anything with, but then I could cut them up and let them play a part in here. Oh, flowers. I'm going to do flowers because I love flowers and I love gardening. I spend a lot of time in the garden. Where can they go? Yeah, I could chop them up. Ta-da! Or I could cut around them. Yeah, that's what I'll do. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed the session. And looking through my journal with me. And my hickledy-pickledy text written all over the page with pictures, but it just shows that you could do your own journal at home, and it's a starting point to think about feeling, just to think about our senses and create collages around them. And you can look online about colour wheels and feeling wheels, and it shows you all the emotions that we feel. I'm just doing my last piece before I say goodbye for today. And at least you've got an idea of how we can do a feelings collage and where you might get your inspiration from. Could be a hat, an upside down hat. Ta-da! Could be a voice, could be some flowers. So this is it at the moment, but I'm going to add some more bits and bobs to it. So I've just got every moment matters, and I've done a lady, but I'm going to add lots and lots of more bits and bobs on the paper. But just having fun really, and it's just letting go of thinking about what I'm doing and tapping into how I'm feeling. So it's great, and I can't wait to do some more on it later today. I hope you've all had fun watching. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully you'll share some comments and some photos about your work today. And I hope you have a lovely day. Stay safe and well, everybody. Bye. Goodbye, 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 my